Rainy.
Day. Video.
The fantastic Rainy Day video.
Yay!
Hello, this is a craft and activity video with a whole bunch of fun things to do. You might need to get a pad and pencil and use the pause button when you want to stop and write things down. Always get a grown-up to help you get started, especially when you need to use a knife or cook something in the oven. It's fun to make things, but it's no fun getting hurt. Real kids just like you have made and tested all these things. Now let's get started. Take it away, Robo Girl. If the weather's got you down and you're feeling sad and blue, come in and join our party.
We've got lots of things to do.
It's true. Come on, we're having a party. What kind of party? A rainy day party, and everybody's having fun. I like those hats, especially that crown. Then why not make one yourself? I don't know how. Well, just watch this. First, you cut out a big, thick strip of shiny gold paper, and then you mark your head size on it like this.
I want lots of jewels on my crown, so I'll take some little candies and cover them in foil, or even better, colored candy wrappers like she has.
Now take that big strip and glue it down to make your hat band.
What's next?
Take 2 more strips, thin ones, and stick them on the inside of the hat band, so they cross in the middle. See?
Yes.
Then take 2 more little strips and make a ball to stick on top. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, now you get some tissue paper and push it up inside the crown.
Purple looks good.
But you can use any color you like.
Then you fold the paper in to make it look neat, right?
Right. Now put a pinch in the side strips to give your crown a nice shape.
So what's next? You take the glue stick and glue down the tissue paper and glue some fluffy cotton all around the base.
It looks even better if you glue in some little black paper triangles in the cotton if you want to be really royal.
Now for my jewels. Glue them and stick them down, one at a time, all over. It's almost done.
Just 1 more on top. There, a crown, fit for a queen.
I like it.
Now here's another hat.
A magician's hat.
And he's a magician.
What's he doing?
A magic trick. Abracadabra, 1, 2, 3.
I want to learn that.
It's easy. All you need is a long silk scarf.
Then what?
Tuck the scarf down into your shirt and bring it out around the sides so it looks like it's going behind your neck.
But actually, it's in front.
That's right. So when you pull on the ends,
It looks like it's gone straight through your neck.
great, let's see it again. Here's our real magician in action. Silk scarves are best because they're so thin. He makes sure the scarf is nice and flat, and when he's on stage, it's as simple as abracadabra.
Oh, hi. Do you know any tricks?
Yeah, I can make a genie levitate.
What's a levitate?
Levitate means you make him rise up in his bottle by magic.
Wow. Can I do that?
Yeah, here's how. First, you have to get a grown-up to cut the top off a clear plastic soda bottle for you. Then decorate it, paint the base, and put stripes of colored tape on the top and the bottom. Cut out some construction paper to go inside the bottle. And this is very important. You have to draw colored stripes on it, straight ones, up and down,
Why stripes?
to hide the secret fishing line.
What fishing line?
You'll see in a minute. But first, the genie. Draw a picture of a genie on a card and color him in, or paint it like this.
What kind of clothes do genies wear?
Kind of like Aladdin. You could give him a wizard's hat, a little vest, and some big puffy pajama bottoms.
He looks great.
He's nearly ready, but you can make him as funny as you like.
What are those eyes made from?
Little plastic beads. We use modeling glue because it dries fast and it's so sticky.
He looks funny. A bent piece of pipe cleaner makes a good mustache, too.
He's a 3D genie. Now get some clear thread or fishing line and cut a piece about 1 foot long.
So, then you stick one end to the back of the genie with tape.
Tape it twice for a stronger hold.
There, a genie on a string.
Now it's nearly showtime. You need a jacket or a big shirt with a pocket. Stick the free end of the fishing line onto your shirt. Tie it to a button or use tape like this. Put the genie in your pocket and make sure the string is hidden. When it's time to do the trick, take the genie out of your pocket and drop him in the bottle. When you move the bottle away from your chest, you're actually pulling on the secret string, and up he goes.
Here's that magician again. He's hooking the thread over his thumb.
That makes it slide easier. Genie floats up and back down again. Ta-da!
What a great trick!
And when you're finished, just put the genie back in your pocket.
It's magic.
And it's easy too. Here's a project you can do if you want to make an easy musical instrument. It's called a bubble organ.
All you need are some bottles, water, and some drinking straws.
But if you want them to look as good as they sound, decorate the bottles first.
On the first bottle, put a ring of masking tape all the way around, up near the top of the bottle.
Is the tape going to stay on?
No, it's just there to help us paint some waves with a nice flat top. Here they're using Plano poster paints and painting waves all the way around.
But if it's a bubble organ, then we should have some bubbles on it too.
Right, so put a few big dots on the bottle, all above the tape.
When it's dry, if you scratch out a little mark with a pencil, they'll look more bubble-like.
And now it's dry. You can also peel the tape away. See what a perfect straight line you can make?
It's a good idea to brush clear varnish over the paint because poster paints don't like getting wet.
You could use clear nail polish too if you like.
Now pour water into the bottle up to the wavy line.
You'll need 3 more bottles done just the same way.
Could you do more?
Yeah, sure, but make the water level about 1.5 centimeters lower in each bottle.
They look good in different colors.
Now you can play. Put a drinking straw in each bottle and blow.
The one with the highest water level sounds high.
And the lowest water level sounds low.
You could even learn to play a tune on your bubble organ.
I'm gonna try. Here's another terrific looking project you can do that also makes music. It's a banjo, made out of a wooden stick and a big plastic container.
It could be an ice cream tub or some other kind of round plastic box.
Take the plastic container and cut 2 H shapes out of the sides.
Why H shapes?
To make 2 flaps so you can push the stick straight through. Then pin the flaps of the plastic down to the wood nice and snug.
Next, get a really huge balloon and cut the end off. Then stretch it out to cover the tub.
Then you stick the balloon down all the way around the tub with a piece of tape.
You can paint the wood with poster paints if you want your banjo to look its best.
Once the paint's dry, wrap tape around the stick where it meets the tub to help hold it steady.
And you can also decorate the banjo some more. Paint patterns on the side and stripes along the stick to look like fret marks.
When that paint is dry, varnish the whole stick. Otherwise, the poster paint might come off on your hands.
Now get some screw-in eye hooks. Screw 4 of them in a straight line along the bottom of the stick. Next, screw 4 more eye hooks into the other end of the piece of wood, like this.
And make sure you have enough room to turn them.
Cut 4 pieces of fishing line, each one a little bit longer than the stick. Long enough to tie them from one set of eye hooks to the other.
Nice and tight, right?
Right.
What's next?
You take a little piece of cardboard, fold it, and glue it into a triangle-shaped bridge. Push it under the strings.
You need a longer bridge on this end to sit across the tub. The bridges hold the strings up so they can vibrate.
Well, it looks good, but does it work?
You just have to tune it. Turn the eye hooks to make the strings tighter or looser.
Tighter strings make higher notes.
And looser strings make lower notes.
Ready? Let's hear it.
If you like to eat as much as you like making things, then you should try cooking.
Let's make these homemade pizzas.
Picture pizzas?
Why not? Here's what you need for the base and the sauce. 1 cup of flour,
1 teaspoon of baking powder,
2 tablespoons of butter,
plus some grated cheese, and 3 to 4 tablespoons of milk.
a can of tomatoes, an onion, and a tablespoon of tomato paste, plus salt and pepper for taste.
Now we're ready to cook. Preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit.
See the cooking glove on the screen? That means get help. You should always get help from a grown-up when you need to use the oven or a sharp knife.
First, chop up the onion.
But get help.
Right. Put the onions in a pan with the canned tomatoes, the tomato paste, and some salt and pepper. Put it on a low heat. Stir it once in a while and let it cook for about 15 minutes. Then turn off the heat and let it cool down.
Now for the dough. Put the flour into a bowl. Then add a teaspoon of baking powder and some salt, half a teaspoon.
And the butter too. Rub the butter and flour between your fingers and thumbs until the mixture looks like breadcrumbs.
How does it feel?
Icky.
I hope you washed your hands.
I did. Now put the cheese in. And the milk. And mix it all together until you have a smooth ball of dough.
Separate the dough into 2 balls because we're going to make 2 little pizzas. Sprinkle some flour on the counter and roll each dough ball into a circle, about 10 centimeters or 4 inches across.
Now it's time for the toppings.
We're going to make pictures on these pizzas.
You could put on some mushrooms for ears, slices of cheese for eyes, and the nose, and black olives too. Then, slivers of green bell pepper for the whiskers. And a green pepper mouth too.
It's a mouse.
Right.
Okay, here's mine. A tomato base, grated cheese, olives, slices of cooked sausage, and some green pepper hands.
Oh, a clock.
Yes, the oven's sure to be hot by now.
Yeah, so be careful.
We'll put them in for 15 to 20 minutes.
Let's watch it as it cooks in super speed up time.
We're having fun.
They look too good to eat.
Don't be silly. I've got lots of ideas for more pizza pictures. Now let's eat.
I like plants and growing things, don't you?
Yeah, and even if it's raining, you can still do some gardening indoors.
We're going to sprout a bean and watch both the stalk and the roots as they grow.
This is really quick and easy to do, but it takes a week or 2 before the plant starts to really get big.
All you do is put a roll of thick paper inside a jar and then drop a bean down the side. Wedge it in about halfway down and then pour in some water.
What kind of bean is that?
It's a broad bean. You can get them dry in bags anywhere. You can use just about any bean you like. Now watch what happens. Over the next few days, you'll see the skin begin to split. Then a tiny root appears.
The root grows down, and a tiny shoot starts to appear. The shoot grows up, and small roots begin to spread out from the main root.
Then the plant makes leaves. And from now on, the bean plant grows really fast.
When the bean plant gets too big for the jar, you can plant it in a pot or in the earth.
And give it a stick to climb up.
You just grew a magic beanstalk.
Here's a question. What do caterpillars grow into?
That's easy. Butterflies.
But how do you know?
I don't know. I just do.
If you can catch a caterpillar outdoors, then you can build your own caterpillar house indoors and see it change for yourself.
Let's try it.
We need a big clear plastic box, and you have to get a grown-up to cut a big hole in the lid like this. See?
That's so the caterpillar can breathe, right?
Right. Then you take some of this cloth called muslin and cut out a piece a little bit bigger than the box.
He can breathe through the muslin, can't he?
That's right. Now take paper towels and put them on the bottom of the box. The leaves and the caterpillar need water, so spray the paper towels until they're nice and damp. Then put in leaves and twigs.
And don't forget the caterpillar.
Look for caterpillars in the spring and the summer. When you catch a caterpillar, use a paintbrush. Don't touch them. You might hurt them, and some caterpillars can even sting your fingers.
I'm always nice to caterpillars. I won't touch him.
Pick a few of the leaves and twigs from the plant that you find him on. If he's on it, it probably means he likes to eat it. Now put the lid on the box to hold the muslin down.
What's that?
The caterpillar has turned itself into a chrysalis, hanging on a twig.
Is it like a cocoon?
Moths make cocoons. A butterfly caterpillar will make a chrysalis. Don't disturb it. After a long wait, a butterfly comes out. It will take a while for its wings to dry and harden and get their color.
Can he fly yet?
Yes. So now we should set him free.
Goodbye, butterfly.
Ready for our next project? Ready.
We're going to make some funny masks.
We're going to use felt and cardboard and tracing paper.
And some thin, stretchy elastic, some pens and pencils, glue, and scissors. Let's get to work.
First, you draw a mask design on tracing paper. Start with a basic mask shape, big enough to cover your eyes, just like this.
About 20 centimeters across and 10 centimeters deep.
Now you can add on other shapes to make a face.
This one is a monkey face.
The trick is turning your design into a real mask.
Take another piece of tracing paper and trace out all the different shapes separately.
Here's the snout, the eyebrows, and the ears.
These shapes you cut out.
What a lot of shapes. I hope I can remember which shape is which.
Me too. The next job is to trace these shapes onto felt.
But wait, the main mask shape needs to be on something stronger than felt. So first trace it out onto some thin cardboard.
Then, when you've got it all traced and cut out, trace the main mask again onto colored felt. Cut that out.
Now it's time to take the elastic and attach it to the mask.
You may want to use a needle to poke the elastic through the cardboard, but be careful you don't get your fingers in the way. Glue the two together, and now you have a good strong base for any mask you like.
Now to cut out the other little pieces. Use the other shapes and trace them out onto colored felt.
All you have to do is cut them out and stick them on.
Here we go. A monkey. But you know, big pieces like those ears might need to be glued on cardboard first, so they don't flop around too much.
That was great! Now here's another idea.
What's it going to be? An owl!
And there's a mouse.
We can have a mask party.
It's cooking time again. This time, let's make some ice cream sundaes.
But not just ordinary ice cream sundaes.
Yeah, let's make super sundaes. All you need is ice cream, some syrup, and lots of good things to go on top.
First, let's make some raspberry syrup. It's easy. Take a small basket of raspberries, or you could use a cup of frozen ones, wash them, and put them into a sieve over a bowl. Then squish them through the sieve with a wooden spoon. Add sugar a little at a time. Stir it to make sure it's dissolved.
About half a cup ought to do.
Next up, let's make chocolate sauce.
Basically, all you need to do is put a bar of plain dark chocolate in a bowl and add some water, about 3 tablespoons. Heat it up over a pan of boiling water.
Get help from a grown-up if you do this.
You could use a microwave instead, if you have one.
Now let's make sundaes.
First comes a caterpillar. Down goes raspberry syrup, 3 scoops of ice cream, 3 different flavors if you have them.
1 is okay if you don't.
Then put on grapes for eyes, licorice for eyebrows, a cherry for the nose, plus these little cookies and chocolate chips for decoration. There, finished. Put it in the freezer before it melts.
Or eat it right now.
Let's make more.
Chocolate, vanilla, peaches, cookies, chocolate chips, chocolate sauce, a bee.
I guess that's what you'd call a cream bee.
Haha, very funny.
Here's another one. Chocolate ice cream, pineapple, grapes, licorice, cherries, a butterfly.
Last one. Strawberry ice cream, peaches, kiwi slices, strawberries, raspberry sauce on top, and a walnut.
A flower.
What a lot of sundaes.
What a lot of ideas.
Let's eat before they melt.
Only 2 projects left. They're really good, but they do take a pretty long time. First up, paper pottery.
Get some newspaper and tear it up into little pieces. First strips, then into little squares.
Next, find an old plate around the house.
As in an old, cheap one, not an antique.
This is just our mold. Our mission is to copy the shape in paper mache.
You take some petroleum jelly and spread it all around. That's so your new plate won't stick.
Cover one side of the plate with little pieces of Let them overlap so you don't leave any gaps.
Next comes gooey wallpaper paste. You could use flour and water, but we use wallpaper paste because it dries clear.
Now put another layer of newspaper down and let it dry.
How long?
Oh, hours!
This will take a while.
Yeah, 2 days even, but you can do a whole bunch at the same time. You keep adding on new layers like this until it's at least 6 layers thick. Then, when it's finally ready, you can pry your paper plate away with a knife.
But be careful. Get a grown-up to help.
Now, turn your plate over and paste one final layer of newspaper over the back. When this is dry, trim the edge with scissors so it's nice and neat.
Once your papier-mâché plates and bowls are made, you can paint them with poster paints. Here's one idea. A red squiggly line, some big yellow dots, a nice black background. When it's dry, paint some varnish all over to make it shiny.
Here's a papier-mâché bowl. This one was made like the plate, except we covered the outside of the bowl instead.
And instead of painting it, you could put on a layer of torn-up color pictures from magazines for a totally different look.
This is where the clear drying wallpaper paste really is best. You can really see the pictures. Trim this around the edge and varnish it too.
Or how about this? Try covering a whole plate in pieces of colored tissue paper.
Yeah, it looks great. Here's an idea for something to do while you're waiting for your plates and bowls to dry. Eggs! Carefully poke 2 holes in the shell with a big thumbtack. One side needs a bigger hole. Now blow the yolk out of the big hole. Cover your eggs with torn pieces of tissue paper. Try mixing your colors. Cover one side with varnish. You could use clear fingernail polish for this. When that's dry, do the other side. And they're finished!
Papier-mâché plates
And eggs!
Our last project is probably our trickiest. It's a magic box, full of surprises. It's a good trick, and it's not too hard. So let's go see our rainy day friends who are already in action.
You need a great big sheet of card. Draw a cross shape made of 6 squares. Each square is 15 centimeters on each side. You'll need flaps on 3 squares like this. Then cut it out. Draw doors on 2 of the squares.
Ask an adult to cut them using a craft knife. Score the bottom edge, cutting just halfway through the card. And fold the doors so that they open easily. Then score the edges of the squares and the flaps with a knife or scissors. Fold the card along the scored edges so it will make a box.
Decorate the inside of the box with striped paper. The diagonals must be like this to hide the mirror during the trick. When all the stripes are dry, trim the ends and ask an adult to trim around the doors with the craft knife. Leave the lid open, glue the rest of the box along the flaps. Now you need a mirror, exactly 20 centimeters by 14.5 centimeters. Fit the mirror inside diagonally like this. If the edges of the mirror are sharp, ask an adult to cover them with a strip of clear sticky tape. Glue a bead onto each door. You will need a strong glue to make the bead stick.
To prepare the box, lift the lid, then put in a good handful of candy. Take the ribbon and fold it into the box.
Fold the ribbon backwards and forwards like this so it will tumble down quickly.
Close the lid and doors and you're ready.
Don't give the trick away by showing too much of the inside of the box. Tilt the box down so the audience can't see the mirror.
Now for our finale. As you can see, this beautiful box is completely empty, but give it a bit of the old hocus pocus and let's see what happens.
The box is now full of ribbons. Whoops, it's empty again.
But wait, abracadabra, what is this? Candy! What a finish! How did you like that, Robo Girl?